Allison, according to the anti-immigration group Numbers USA, as many as 24 children who entered this country illegally are living in this building right behind me. John, this one egg cost me less than $1, but it could cost some of those people that live in that neighborhood thousands of dollars. Their cars and homes have been plagued with eggings over the past few weeks, and they want it to stop. It was a very special and very emotional occasion, as most of these kids have never ventured outside New York City until today. It's all a part of a program to give these kids a taste of what life is like outside of the Big Apple. The board decided not to close Verona Elementary School. I'm here right now, and many parents, students, and faculty members are relieved to hear that news. 3 words: the South River. I'm in downtown Waynesboro, right in front of the South River, and as you can see, the rain is really coming down out here. Forecasters predict almost 5 inches of rain tonight, and that leaves many people who live here and work down here concerned about flooding. When the mailman pulled up to her mailbox on Wednesday morning, he noticed smoke coming out of the box. He then opened it and noticed a bomb-like device in there. The adults and kids here learned everything from how to escape being trapped in a trunk to how to properly put on a seatbelt. Karen originally wanted this bag of jewelry worth $3 to be sold at the garage sale, but instead this bag was sold, which is worth a lot more.
WHSV's Khiree Stewart in Waynesboro now with reaction from police and the community.
I'm in front of the Waynesboro Police Department, where many of Kevin's former colleagues just wrapped up their work week after hearing somber news. This 39-page indictment gave news that 4 people have been charged with murder in connection with Quick's death. That news really set the mood for many here in the community. A news conference held today in Charlottesville gave insight to what prosecutors say happened to Waynesboro Police Captain Kevin Quick. 4 people, Daniel Mathis, Travis Bell, Mercedes Shelton, and Shantae Shelton, are being charged with Quick's murder. The indictment revealed that Quick died from a gunshot wound. This news drew a mix of reaction from the community.
It's terrible. It's a real tragedy.
Khiree Obenshane lives in Waynesboro and says these latest developments took her back to when she first heard the news of the case and made her think of her own family.
I kind of thought about my own dad, what I would think if something like that were to happen to him. So, I mean, yeah, I especially feel for his family, for those he left behind.
This was a cowardly, heinous act by a group that it almost seems like a hit squad. That these folks had murder on their minds that night.
Waynesboro Police Sergeant Brian Edwards says the news raises awareness about just how dangerous gangs are in the area, since those indicted are members of a gang called the 99 Goon Syndicate.
Everyone in Virginia should be frightened by this. His victimization really changed the paradigm of really what you think about as a victim of this kind of crime.
As this community goes to sleep tonight, we can only wait to see what happens next in this tragic case.
It's really unfortunate that terrible things have to happen to wonderful people.
People like Kevin Quick. In all, 9 people have been charged in connection in the case, and many of those charges are in relation to gang activity. Stay with WHSV on air and online as we continue to bring you updates. For now, we're in Waynesboro. Khiree Stewart, WHSV.
A pickup in a house. Good evening, I'm John Rogers.
And I'm Allison Brunner.
The woman resting in her home when a car suddenly drives into her house.
WHSC's Khiree Stewart tells us how this all happened and how that lady is doing.
It's hard to describe because it was so loud. I was saying, oh my gosh, what was that?
Dorothy Becks will never forget what happened to her house on Monday afternoon.
I was in my bedroom watching television, and all of a sudden I heard this loud bang.
That loud bang was a 1984 GMC pickup truck in her kitchen.
My whole dining room, walls and everything, windows was hanging, table down the steps.
That truck was driven by her neighbor, who says his brakes gave way as he was backing down this hill on Royal Street in Stanton. After the crash, Beck says he and others helped her out of the house.
The guys came in, my neighbors came in to check on me, to see that I was, and help me to get out.
Francis Battle lives right across the street from Beck's and saw everything.
I just run screaming, hollering. My neighbor. I heard all kinds of fire trucks, ambulances, rescue squads.
Sylvia Spencer lives right down the street and ran to Beck's house after she heard what happened.
After I could hug her and asked her, was she okay, it was all right.
Luckily, no one was physically hurt, and many here say that there are no hard feelings towards the driver.
He didn't mean to do it. He really hurt behind it.
But Beck says she's lucky to be surrounded by people who love her.
When you have bad tragedies, that's when you know when people really care.
And she plans to come back once the house is rebuilt. In Stanton, Khiree, Stewart, WHSV.